Hello, world. Good morning. This is Joia, and we are on the Founders and Innovators morning show. Today, I am delighted to be here with Eche, who is a startup consultant all the way from Nigeria. And I'm really excited to talk to you because I hear about such a great entrepreneurial buzz in Nigeria.
Okay.
So I'm going to be really excited to hear your own firsthand perspective of what that's really like. But first, tell us a little bit about how you got started. I think you told me you got started way back in the late 90s in the startup universe.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, thank you, Kara.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
Thank you. I started as a job creator in 1998 with my own company, and it was actually a cyber cafe. But what I used to do was just create um, jobs, and that kind of took off, because I'll create a job and I'll watch it for a while, help them build whatever skill they need to build to help the job become successful, and watch them for a few months to 1 year, and then somehow I just started doing that, and it has allowed me to work in the arts, in the media, um, even in politics, but not in front, but just as a creative. It allowed me work in fashion. It's allowed me work tremendously well in IT, and so far so good. I'm enjoying it.
That sounds
So
wonderful. So,
yeah.
so tell us more about what the entrepreneurial scene is like in Nigeria. Have you noticed
Oh,
any changes over these past 20 plus years?
20 plus years changes. Of course, Nigeria has changed more than anyone could have imagined. Yes, we have the little changes, and then we have the big changes. The little changes are not that visible, but they come with tremendous impacts, and that's in the entrepreneurial scene, where a lot of people are kind of would I use let me use the right word, tired of finishing university and then not having anything to do, so they rely on starting a business before they are done with university, and then while they're university, and then while they are doing their youth service, they are pushing their small enterprise, and then from there, they begin to build something big. So the startup scene in Nigeria is fabulous. Lagos is tops. I think Jigawa is second, which is strange because no one hears so much about Jigawa. Then there's Abuja. Then there's the East. Entrepreneurship in Nigeria is beautiful. It's evolving. It's transformative. But I think apart from all the huge magnanimous words I've used right now, it lacks that it lacks that trickle that every entrepreneur needs. That's a constant cash, that cash flow. But give or take, it comes, but not maybe not as you expect, but it comes. Yeah. So the
I
the,
think
the
that
scene here
cash
is,
flow problem is, we see that no matter where you are an entrepreneur, no matter where you are in the
yeah,
world.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Are there ways
That's
in
it.
Nigeria that do people develop specific strategies to the region?
Um, Strategies to the
Well, let's say
region.
let's say I wanted to start up a new startup in Nigeria today. What
Yeah,
advice would you have for me?
cool. Okay. I answered this question on Quora, like I think it was a few months ago. Someone wanted to start up an enterprise in Abuja, precisely, and didn't know what to start and didn't know how much capital he or she wanted or would have. And I suggested, first things first, fashion is key. People don't really go out naked every day. Everybody dresses up. So there's something in your body that someone makes, someone produces. So first thing I always advise people, go into accessories. It's easy to start. It's lucrative to manage or to expand. Not just based on idea or what you're making, but even from your reach. It has a very elite clientele. So you, without so much effort, just a little bit of work, you begin to make money from it. And there are lots of ladies that love shoes. There are so many cobblers in Nigeria, especially the northern part. We don't process leather the way you process leather over there. Our leather here is yeah, our leather is very unique because it's like tanned, it's like dried in the sun. So it still has the blood aroma. It's still rich. Yeah, it's still it can do so much. So if you have someone that maybe you want to go, you can easily become a venture capitalist if you have like $50,000 in Nigeria and you want to just go into funding people that make shoes only. You could easily just become like the next Warren Buffett. It's just all about actually discovering, okay, this is what people need. So there's so many easy strategies to make money in Nigeria, but the key word is connecting with the right people, connecting with the right individuals, because in every community there's something that's of matter. There's something that's of importance in that community. So you have to find out, the fact that jewelry can sell in the north and the east and possibly in the west doesn't mean that jewelry can sell in the east or in the south. So it differs. You could start a food business, which and use different ethnicity to create a menu, and then pay for a space, rent a space, and then start a restaurant business. So there's so many strategies that could be what's the word, that could be of added advantage to that startup person that's starting that business. So there's no one strategy. There are lots of strategies. They all revolve around cash, but apart from cash, they revolve mostly around actually meeting the right people. Because a lot of people in Africa, not just Nigeria, have acres of land that has a lot of things, but they don't know what to do with it. You might have a friend who has an orange plantation, but he still imports orange juice. You might have a friend who has an acre and all he does is rear cattle, but he still imports Jimmy Choo. So it's crazy. It's all about finding the right people that can actually make use of the cash that's available. So that's how I reason it in Nigeria. But
Let's talk
nevertheless,
more
it's
about, yeah, let's talk more then about meeting the right people, because I know from talking with you a little bit earlier that you're passionate about something that I'm passionate about too, which is all about
okay.
building the right team. Because I know
Yeah,
that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs we struggle with. If we're lucky enough to
exactly.
find that first co-founder, and many
Yeah,
people now are even just starting as solo founders, but if you're
yeah.
really going to scale and build a successful
And
business,
Bill, yeah,
you
yeah.
need to be able to create a great team. So tell us more about how you think about building a team, and what it takes in Nigeria, and really,
Okay,
I think, in any business.
okay. Um, Building a team, it's very, very, very important for every enterprise creator. It's very important. In Nigeria, I discovered that a lot of people actually build teams just from doing it the easy way, which is having the money and then just hiring people to work for you. you know they don't really stay. They work for you, and they're not giving you their all, because they have this big dream of what they want to do and they want to go and do it. So they're not giving you their all. But in the startup scene, building teams, for me, it's very one of the easiest thing you can do if you're very aware of the kind of people you meet. There's always someone looking for a partner every day. I spent roughly 15 years of my startup career looking for the right co-founder. I always found them. True, I always found them, but they didn't stay the end to the end because they felt, okay, you've got so much commitment into this, you've got so much drive into this. Um, they're not giving they are still thinking of how to do what they want to do, but they're not prepared to commit to what the venture is all about, And then possibly when we achieve something, we can go to your dream, revisit it, and then know what we can do. So the best way to find partners for me, I've always used social media. Feel social media is the best way to find partners, and it's all about you having a social media presence for yourself. It mustn't be Instagram. You can use professional networks. It can be LinkedIn, it can be Founders Live, it can be Angel.co. You can use professional networks. But then all you need to do is actually look for people that have the same skill or skills that can easily align with your own. And it's not an easy thing to do, but it's very possible when you read the right books. For me, I read Strength Finder, and Strength Finder is a very unique book because it helped me to know my strengths and my weaknesses, and it helped me to easily point out people's weaknesses and strengths. So I know who's going to be able to stay with me for a while, or who is just going to stay with me for a short time. And as much as I try to hold on to the major idea, I also get involved in idea tighting, just like dropping cheese for a mouse, just keep dropping nibbles because, eventually they see what they like, they will stay. It's all about selling to their subconsciousness. It's all about making them understand that I feel you. I know that what you want is what I want. You have to convince people at times to believe in you. It's not just about feeling that because you're a good orator or you're a good speaker that people will believe in you. You have to give them something extra to believe in you. So you have to always sell to their own needs, serve them in order for you to lead them, serve them right, help them to achieve one or two things that they couldn't have achieved without you. Give them something that would make them want to stay with you. So, and I feel the only way you could find that is by using social media. And then the other easiest way is through your friends. Everyone you meet, people you meet daily. There's always someone that's looking for something to do. That wants to move ahead. There's always someone that just needs to be part of something. So there's lots of ways to find teams, but you need to make sure that you're finding people that are willing to stay, that are willing to be committed to the vision. And for them to be committed to the vision, you have to learn how to tell them stories about your company, or how to tell stories about your product, or how to tell stories about your services, or how to tell stories about your customers, or how to tell stories about your project. You just have to learn how to tell stories about everything you're doing so that they understand. It's just like when you go to church and the pastor is talking and he tells you, he prays over you and tells you this is going to happen, believe in it. It's simple. It's your word for your word. You've spoken. Okay, you got into your field of work. You thought about it before you got into it. It's your thinking, it's your thoughts. So the same thing with finding teams. Everybody's there, everybody out there has a little bit of connection to what you're thinking, because a lot of people that come around you is because of your aura, your charisma. So there's something about you that makes them come around you. So you find that and you begin to woo them in. You
I
know,
love that. I think it's something that we don't hear enough is the importance
yeah,
of storytelling in business.
yeah.
Everybody thinks about the facts and the figures and the numbers and the statistics, and all of that, of
Okay,
course, is incredibly important. But I love
yeah,
this point that you're making, that in order for us to be able to actually build a successful product or service
yeah,
and really have impact on the world, that one, we want to have this powerful story that will draw people to us, that will give
yeah,
us a common goal and venture and
yeah,
mission, so that we're all on the same page. And I love what you say too about coming from this place of service, that this is the way to
yeah,
start, by connecting
yeah,
with what somebody needs. And that's
yeah,
just a great way to
yeah.
bring into your universe. I love that. So we're
Thank
almost
you,
out of time, but tell me,
thank
what's
you.
next on the horizon for you? What's
Oh,
Eche's next big goal?
I just joined Founders Live. That
Yeah,
I'm very excited about it. And my next big goal is to create Founders Live Abuja, and
congratulations. That's going to be great.
yeah, it's to create Founders Live Abuja, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've been planning it since last month, precisely, but I've been talking to Nick for more than 3 months right now. So I'm looking forward to actually having a very successful event because I feel it's something that we need right here, you know, and it's going to be something that I love because Founders Life actually speaks to the inner me. I understand the power of networking, the power of telling a story, the power of getting people to just get up and do something. A lot of us can become igniters if we just give ourselves that capability or that permission to carry the torch with all pride. It's all about believing that okay, one person has to make the move, and then the rest of us have to go. Okay, yes, this is what's happening. Let's get on board. It doesn't mean that you don't have a big project yourself. You just have to open. This is happening right now. It's all about this. So let's just get on board. So I'm very excited about Founders Life, and I feel that we're going to do so much than just Abuja.
Amazing. Well, I can't
Yeah.
wait to see Founders Live in Abuja. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you, Eche.
Thank you very much, Skyer. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today. Please don't forget to subscribe, review, and share this show. If you'd like exclusive content and behind-the-scenes insight, for just $4 a month, you can support us at buymeacoffee.com. Now, go make it a great day.